Hey, AfterBuzzers, welcome to the barbecue. The Q stands for queer. Are you ready to keep up with the Joneses? I want to get lost in this sauce. It's Season 3, Episode 3 of Queer Eye. Let's go.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now,
So you're like in the middle of the sauce. Jones barbecue and foot massage. Jones barbecue and foot massage. Hey, Jones barbecue and foot massage. Hey. That's what we need to do. We need to incorporate a foot massage into Jones barbecue.
Oh, I thought you meant into this panel.
Yeah, well, into this panel too.
We work hard, guys.
We work hard, really hard. We're actually getting foot massages right now. Thanks, guys. Hey everyone, I'm Charles Conoly. Welcome back to another episode, after show of Queer Eye. We're on Season 3, Episode 3, the episode everybody's been talking about. It's Jones Barbecue with the dynamic duo that captured all of our hearts. It captured mine, for sure. And I think it captured my co-hosts. Hey, Brendan.
Hi guys, it's Brendan Haley, your favorite queer.
Hi guys, I'm Anna K. Thomas. So happy to be here.
Yes, we're always happy to be here. Christine, sorry, she's not. She's actually under the table giving us foot massages right now. Thank you so much, Christine.
Oh, thanks, Christine.
She got
Thanks,
demoted.
girl. No, she's actually not here this week. She will be back soon. We miss you, Christine.
Miss you.
We love you.
We do. We do.
I mean, I like guys, so.
Me too, but I love Christine. Okay.
Me too.
So let's jump into this episode. It's episode 3. It's focusing on 2 girls, y'all. They're sisters, and they're so lovely and sweet and likable. Their names are Deborah and Mary Jones. Deborah is also known as Little, and Mary is also known as Shorty.
And it's the Fab Five's first duo.
It's the Fab Five's first duo, absolutely. And they own a barbecue joint, y'all. It's called Jones Barbecue. And Shorty says, our passion is barbecue. It's like an art. And this is an art that I want to learn because they make it look so good. They own Jones Barbecue, and they are among the only female pitmasters in Kansas City. They've had it for over 35 years, or they've had barbecue experience for over 35 years.
No small foot.
Yeah,
Feet.
it's no small foot.
No small foot. You heard it here first, guys.
Jones Barbecue. Okay, they learned it from their father, Leroy. They were nominated by Deborah's daughter, Izora, which is a great name. I love that name, Izora Jones. Like Nora Jones, right? Izora Jones.
Izora Jones.
I'm surprised Jonathan didn't make that reference instead of.
I know.
Like, I
Izora
love the line where he
Jones.
was like, "She sounds like an exotic island,"
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
but that makes more sense.
So, yeah, Jones Barbecue was reopened to help Izora get through college. So, what
So
did we think
sweet.
about this pair?
I
great.
mean, I
Shout out to all the pair.
respect someone's ambition hands down, and I think these 2 women are so remarkable in that they don't really even need help. They just need some like I was gonna say manscaping, but that's definitely not the right word. They just need like some
Finessing?
lift.
yes,
A little
finessing.
finesse?
There we go, some little
A
zhuzhing.
zhuzh.
But like they've built themselves up from the ground, and everything they have is from them. Everything that Izora has is from them, and I find it really inspiring.
Absolutely. I love that it's 2 older, heavier set, African American pit masters. Like everything about them is sort of what you would not expect from someone in their field. And the fact that they've been doing this for 35 years, that they're so close to their dad and the memory of him, which I'm sure we'll talk about soon. I just love that they were just so willing to help Izora, and it was such a beautiful episode about family and what family really means.
Yeah, they are dedicated. You mentioned that Deborah wakes up at 3 a.m. to start the pit by 4:15 a.m. They both have business degrees. Their father was really big on education, which, no surprise, obviously they have business degrees. They run a very successful barbecue stand, and all the sauce and all the barbecue is flying off the shelves. So we jump into the episode. The Fab Five pulls up to Jones Barbecue, and they are greeted with a line, honey. This line is long. And they walk into the small space, and I feel like, was I the only one who was stressed out with how small and kind of claustrophobic and hot it
How
looked?
hot could it have
It
been
looked
in there?
steamy.
It's steamy.
I am
Yeah.
with you there. I am not a fan of small spaces. Claustrophobia is real, kids.
Yes.
But
Is it? I'm kidding.
pardon?
I said, is it?
Oh,
Come
is it?
closer.
Hey, that's a
Hey.
different kind of space. Yeah, and the fact that they didn't have air made it so much worse.
Yeah.
Because you can at least survive in cold weather.
Yeah, and this place, it was so claustrophobic. There was nothing Center for Disease Control about it. It was just off the... I mean, the only disease they were spreading was flavor, and they had a lot of it. And
What do you think is in the sauce? What do you think the secret ingredient is?
I have no idea. I'd have to taste it. It's for sale. We'll get into that later, like where you can buy it. But
God,
Antoni,
should-
I mean, if
bring it
Antoni
here.
If
couldn't
Antoni,
figure it
yeah,
out,
I'm with that.
like Antoni's palate is 10 times more sophisticated than my palate. Antoni's anything is 10 times more sophisticated than my anything.
What if it's like avocado extract?
Oh yeah, what if it's
Even
like
better.
salt?
And
You know?
he just doesn't.
It's like a little more salt.
He's like, it's paprika. I don't know what it is.
I
Yeah.
know, I love
Salt.
tamarind flavors. I feel like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah, so after they kind of explore the space for a short period of time, they all go out in the line to take orders,
So cute.
and they cut to Bobby trying to work the register. He's like twitching because he's so stressed out. He's like, is this 1200 or is this 12? He's like actually twitching. He's so stressed, and the space is really getting to him. So after the girls sell out of barbecue, the Fab Five talk to those sisters about their needs. So the first one we see is Bobby. He finally stops twitching, and he wants to reconfigure the space because the space needs some reconfiguring, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's small and it's
Very
hot.
Marie Kondo of him.
Yeah, very Marie Kondo. There's only one AC unit, and they bump
Barely working,
butts
if that.
a lot. Yeah, they bump butts, and he mentioned that the one AC unit was an issue, but the main thing I feel like was the sign. They need a new sign because their old one was stolen, and
I'm surprised we didn't go further into that because that's not a light topic to
I know
just bring up.
Maybe
Like, my
maybe
sign
they
was
did,
stolen.
but it was just like an unremarkable story.
Maybe.
Well, I think too with the sign, like that's another testament to the tenacity of these two women, where they're just like they're gonna take our sign, they're gonna do this, but we're gonna still persevere. And I just thought it was such a beautiful. It embodies who they are as people, which we see throughout the episode.
Yeah.
That they just have the will to keep going.
There's gumption
There's
there.
gumption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably did discuss how the sign was stolen, but
I think it was just a minute. I mean,
it was probably something
A
nothing.
rival barbecue joint in the area came over and just like had a snap off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Rudy's Barbecue came in and stole our sign. Does anybody know Rudy's Barbecue? Is that a Texas thing?
I think it's a Texas thing. It
Damn.
sounds delicious though.
I'm an LA
Samples
boy.
next
I don't
time?
know where
It's a
we are.
Texas chain. Yeah,
Samples?
samples. I'll bring
Please?
samples from
Okay.
Texas whenever I go. I'm going for Easter, so I'll bring back
Gotcha.
some samples from Rudy's Barbecue. So yeah, he wants to reconfigure the space. Then they move on to Jonathan. Jonathan goes outside with them to the pit. He talks about the smoke getting in their hair routine. What do they do? What do they not do? And turns out they kind of manage their own hair routine. He doesn't go too deep
Yeah.
into how they manage their hair.
Let me tell you though, as a black woman, it is very difficult to manage your own hair routine. I know that sounds crazy to people, but especially when Jonathan, she said she does her own relaxer, which is basically like a straightening process, kind of like keratin. And she does it herself, which that's a huge no-no. Like you're not supposed to do that yourself.
Really?
It's not like at-home color.
Yeah.
And so Jonathan's like, oh, that's a recipe for breakage, honey, and like just having your hair get so damaged. And it's so true. So I love that even Jonathan is able to connect with them on that level and
Yeah.
knows what they need all the time.
You know he does his research.
Of course.
Which is amazing. That's why he's so likable. But yeah, he notices that their hair routine maybe needs a little bit of zhuzhing and a little bit of lifting, but he also notices that he notices that Mary has some smile issues, that she's a little hesitant to smile fully, and that becomes a theme throughout the episode. And he wants them to nurture themselves, and also he has an umbrella the entire episode, which is funny. I like the umbrella.
I love it too.
Little
It's
Jonathan.
hot.
Jonathan
Bringing
is
it back.
It's hot
You gotta
out here.
have some skin protection.
And it's about the skincare, exactly. You need
Right.
the umbrella. Tan then comes in.
Love.
This was my favorite part of the
It was.
episode.
Tan. This was like a great episode for Tan. He talks to Little, aka Deborah, about her closet, and it's a traveling closet. It's probably bigger than my closet because it's a car. It's a car that travels, and she keeps backup clothes in there.
Which makes sense in theory,
It
right?
does.
You get barbecue sauce in your t-shirt, you get another t-shirt. I get that.
Yeah,
But
it's
you have one
practical.
t-shirt in the trunk of your car at one time as the backup, not your entire wardrobe in the back of your car as
Yeah,
backup.
I mean, admission, I have backup clothes in my car, but they're not really like backup clothes. They were the clothes that I planned on donating after watching Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. They didn't spark any joy for me, but turns out they spark joy whenever they're in my trunk, so I'm keeping them there.
Cute.
Yeah, real cute. Actually, they're not
Whatever
that cute.
works, babe.
Yeah, whatever works.
Hey, in case you come across an unpleasant stain or something.
Yeah. So what does he explore in this closet?
Oh my god. Can we talk about the purse?
I was gonna bring it up.
dead.
That was my favorite part.
Please. I mean, this
ahead.
trash bag purse, right, with Ziploc pockets. She had like cut out hole.
And the straps
And the
broke.
straps were this plastic twisted. It was
Yeah.
like a black garbage bag made into a handbag.
Yeah.
Dead. Tan, like, was all of us. Am I right?
Exactly.
Like,
Kanye was watching the episode. He was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be half of my 2020 line
oh
over
my
here."
gosh, I could
Kanye
not believe
2020.
it. And she was like, "Oh, my straps broke. It's time to make a new handbag."
Yeah.
Honey,
I
it's
could
a
not.
trash bag.
It's a trash bag. Throw it away.
Roll
and then,
it up in itself and throw it away.
the pockets with the Ziploc bags, of course. This reminded me of my dad too. He has
It
like.
reminded me of my mom. She puts everything in a Ziploc bag.
Me too. He has a backpack and he puts like 15 Ziploc bags with
Aw.
various items in the Ziploc bags. So yeah, he needs to help them with their wardrobe. But this wardrobe thing is tough because they're working in a not friendly environment for a business professional wardrobe. Like they're literally going to ruin their clothes.
Of course.
So Tan kind of adjusts for that. You'll see what he does later in the episode.
It's a
You probably
challenge,
did
yeah.
see what he did. But yeah, if I was Tan, like this would present kind of an issue because one, like their body types aren't the easiest to dress. They're a little bit older. They've said that they're more conservative. They're not willing to dress as nice, and even if they were willing, their job doesn't lend itself to that. So
But at the same time, they're professionals, so I feel, and they're so driven. I feel like it almost is easy for them in a way. They just needed to be told just to follow that.
I love too how like laissez-faire they are about everything. Like at one point, Little is like, well, cause about the jean skirt, right? Where he holds up this giant jean skirt. He's like, "What is this?" And she's like, "It covers my booty and everything else, so it's fine." So I just
Yeah.
love their attitude towards it. They're just like, practicality is everything for these two.
yeah, definitely practicality. And yeah, they just want to get the work done and get in and out and make sure that they check all the boxes and move on with their day. They're very pragmatic about it. And I mean, they had to be
They have to
because
be.
they're putting their niece and daughter, Izora, through college. And so that brings us to our next person, Karamo, who speaks to Izora about this situation that they got in and how the sisters are a little reluctant to take help. And Karamo wants to convince the sisters that they deserve the help. They deserve this help to get to the next level. This is something that they've worked for, and it shouldn't be looked at as like they can't do it on their own. It should be like they can do it on their own, and they can do even more. Like that should be the frame of it. But he wants them to honor their story, and that it kind of lets us know like that they deserve this help. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
And the story becomes a major plot point as we talk about
Yeah.
the bottling, which we'll talk about in a second, and the menu and all of that. So I really love that they brought that in immediately, and they were already starting to think about ideas and what was important to them.
And their relationship with their father is important too. So speaking of the bottles, Antoni talks to them about the high demand for that sauce, which goes into the bottles.
Yeah.
He tastes the sauce. He doesn't know what's in it. They won't tell him the secret ingredient, which I loved. The sauce was created by their dad, and bottling the sauce is allowing them to pass on something to future generations. This is what Antoni tells them. And yeah, this kind of tells us, the viewers, like, okay, this sauce is representative of something much bigger than just like a sauce for sale. It's representative of their history, of all the work that they've done, of the help that they deserve and they need, and how they can expand their business. So this sauce is like the pinnacle of the episode.
Yeah, and I loved how it almost was the perfect format for, like, I could totally see them getting a movie about how they got where they are, because it has the sentimentality, it has the special secret sauce, it has all of these elements that are so woven into their backstories, and it's just a beautiful narrative.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments in this entire episode was when Karamo was driving the ladies to the bottling place, and they're just like so overcome with emotion because they couldn't get that far. She was like, I had the paperwork, I was gonna do it, but I didn't, and the time
Yeah.
and this, and the emotions of letting it go, their baby.
Absolutely.
And it just really, at that point, I didn't cry during this episode, but I
didn't?
I got a little glisten.
Teared up.
I teared up
So yeah,
at that moment.
after they
You're
meet
strong.
after they meet with the sisters and the Fab Five meet with them, the Fab Five go back to the loft. They start brainstorming, thinking of things that they can do with the sisters, and then we're off. We're in the makeover portion of the episode. So we start off with Karamo in the car, his Car-Ramo segment.
Hey.
Izora's in the front seat.
Charles with the puns.
I know, I always bring the puns and the funs. But not the funds with a D because I'm Poe.
Do you see this face? It's the
can't.
face of someone who hates this man right here.
Join the club,
Shots
sis.
fired.
Join the club. So Karamo's in the car with the sisters and Izora. They start to talk about their stories from their childhood, about their father. And this is the appetizer to the tears that come later on because we're starting to get the soft feels at this moment. Talk about their dad and the lessons they've learned with everything. And so then they pull up to this factory. And Mary knows immediately what's happening. She's like, you're taking me here? Oh my gosh, like, I know exactly what this is. So clearly they've been considering and thinking about taking it to the next level. We'll talk a little bit later about like how they just couldn't get that far. Deborah's wide-eyed and speechless. And Izora knows, I feel like Izora knew the whole time, right? That they were
It probably was her
Probably.
idea.
Yeah. So Mary is freaking out in the car.
Okay.
Did you hear that? What was it? No.
Producer.
Oh god!
So-
if you couldn't hear, someone just yawned like
That
a
was
ghost.
a yawn. Thank you. Yeah, it was a ghost. So they pull up to the factory and they go in and okay, it's intimidating in here. It's big. It's bold. It is a full-on manufacturing center.
It's the reversal of everything that they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Karamo starts to talk to them about how he wants to expand on the story behind the sauce and that this is going to be a great selling point because it's so likable and relatable. And this is whenever I actually started to see the sisters kind of freak out for the first time. They were starting to get intimidated.
Yeah.
And which made me relate to them. Or do y'all agree? Do y'all think that they were kind of like
Super vulnerable.
Yeah.
vulnerable, right? Because okay, I'll just talk about it now. So like, not only would it be really tough for somebody to hand over something so personal to somebody you don't know, but they're doing it in such a public way. Mm-hmm. The liaisons for that are strangers. I mean, they're the Fab Five, but they don't know these people.
And that always amazes me about each episode, how open people have made themselves to be on this show.
Yeah.
Like
And-
all of our heroes.
And this story was so personal to them. They have handled this business like themselves the entire time. And the wheels are starting to turn in their brains like, okay, what does this all mean? Like, is this going to be taken out of our hands? Which I'll get into, I think, a little bit later in this after show, why this episode, I think, had the potential to go really wrong for them. But before that, let's talk about how they meet with Antoni in research and development, because it's really cute. So Karamo takes them to Antoni. They're in research and development in the factory with the green hairnets.
So cute.
And they meet the two guys who are like helping them develop the recipe. And then they start mixing. And they have kind of a moment where Antoni recognizes that they're nervous. And he tries to comfort them a little bit, and it works. So then they start mixing, and the secrets are happening right in front of Antoni's eyes, and he's freaking out.
It's like a little kid in a candy store. It's
Yeah.
so cute. I love
Yeah.
it. He's my favorite. I always say this every episode, but like he was so endearing and so cute.
Yes.
Trying to figure out the secret.
Absolutely. He's like smelling it. He's like, is it sweet? Is it apples? Is it ginger? I don't know. He's curious like a little cat. Meow. So then they finally make the sauce. They finally get it. And then they get back in the car. And this is the moment where I start to cry, because they start to cry. It's emotional. And you said it earlier. What was it, Mary who said it? I haven't gotten this far.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I haven't gotten this far. And okay, that is what this show is about. Every episode. Something about I haven't gotten this far. The heroes on Queer Eye, it's not they haven't reached their full potential because they don't want to or because they can't. It's because something's getting in the way, whether it's a divorce or running a camp or taking care of kids or financial troubles or putting your daughter through college. It's like they have given themselves up, so they need somebody to come and give themselves back to them. Do you know what I mean? Does that make any
How humbling
sense?
must that feel to be in that situation, to have someone come along and be like, oh, here is everything that you want and
Yeah.
need.
I think too, there's something about stepping into your own light, and there's something scary about oh my gosh, now we actually have the potential to make money from the sauce and be real, like, we have business degrees, right? Both of them. But now we're going to be real business people working with these fancy, like, bottling company and marketing and this. And I think there's something scary for all of us about stepping into who you really are.
Yeah. And they were just, plain old brisket before, but now the Fab Five are their secret sauce to getting to where they need to be. A Fab Five.
Snaps.
Listen, the Fab Five is the secret sauce. It's all about levels and parallels and symbolism here at AfterBuzz TV.
And puns.
And puns.
For Charles.
Puns.
Charles is multi-layered.
I am multi-layered. I'm like an onion. So the sisters then go to the loft to meet Tan and Antoni.
Oh, love.
Or as I could call him, Tantony. And they get afternoon tea, which...
High tea.
Which I thought was cute. That was a cute little moment. And then Tan explains the Trunk Club. Hello, sponsor. Where they send you a box of clothes. You can pick what you want, send back what you don't. And then comes the little makeover session where they try on some clothes. And Tan makes some recommendations.
I love this because I always love the makeover. Who doesn't love a before and after? Am I right?
Yeah.
However, I love this because we could finally see in a real way what clothing can do for your shape. And I was like, wow, look how skinny their legs are and look how like muscular their arms are from all the pit work, and they were just masking it under these tented clothes and these big jean skirts and these big t-shirts. And I love that he, as he always does, just brings out the best in people rather than changing them completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Brendan?
Well, I was...
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I was more dazzled by just the transformation from these women who looked like they had clawed their way up and fought for everything that they had, but then they looked like completely different people. I guess I'm maybe easy to please in this department because every single person they make over looks so amazing.
Yeah.
After just a few minor tweaks. I mean, we got the French tuck, of course. This time.
Of course.
It made its debut, or season 3 debut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm constantly amazed by how just a few little tweaks can bring out your entire potential.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what's hiding under this shirt? If I only had clothes that fit me.
I can't.
I weigh actually 300 pounds. I'm corseted right now.
Oh
so
my God.
if I found clothes that fit me, who knows? So yeah, he gives Deborah a little leather skirt, which isn't, I mean, it's not so short. It covers her knees after all. And then he gives Mary a pop of color, or as Tan likes to say, a pop of cola.
Yeah.
Cola.
I love this quote too from Shorty in her jeans. She was like, "Girl still got it.
Girl
I
still
see
got
a
it."
body I haven't seen in a while."
Yes. Welcome to
So
Jones
cute.
Barbecue. Can I help you?
Yes.
That's what she says.
So cute.
So yeah, that was a great moment with Tan and the girls, and he's had a great episode. So then they cut to Bobby, and
Who had a little bit more.
Did he though?
We saw more of a montage.
God, he didn't even say anything. He didn't say anything. But they
We
cut to
saw a
Bobby.
cute journal with
Okay, but the
sketches.
thing is, I realize, like, if Bobby's going to get an episode where he does a DIY, renovating a restaurant isn't the episode to do it. Like, not every viewer has a barbecue restaurant that they're trying to renovate. So if he's going to get his moment, maybe in an apartment or a house or something. But yeah, they do a supercut. They see the letters. We see the buzzsaw. And then we go on into Jonathan. So Jonathan takes them to the glam room for a full spa day. Massage, manicures, pedicures, and haircut. And this is about self-love and nurturing. And they get their massage, which they probably need because they're really active in the pits, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What a great day of pampering. I love that they incorporated this into the show.
I could use a massage every day.
Yeah, exactly.
And we are not doing pit work, honey.
No.
I know. We're lazy. We just sit behind a table.
No, yeah, same. So then they go into the haircut, and Jonathan does their hair, and oh my God, that hair. Was I the only one who was kind of surprised at how wonderful their hair was?
It was great. The length, the volume,
Yeah.
that short crop he did on Mary.
Uh-huh.
I just thought it was incredible.
And it looked
was like-
silkier afterwards.
It was great.
Beyonce
And
who?
again,
Yeah.
just shows the versatility, because I'm telling you guys, it is not easy to deal with African American hair. It's just not.
I think that
And
that's why I was a little surprised, because I was thinking this is probably not the easiest makeover that Jonathan has ever had to do.
And he nailed it.
He did. And Mary is feeling herself in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
She's feeling herself. It was so great.
I thought she was scared of. I thought she hated it at first because she
The
was
bob?
the bob. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, she's so sad that she didn't have her length and like what's happening.
Well, I mean, if she did, she could.
Because like I've cried in the hairdresser's chair before, like many
Really?
a time. Oh yeah, it's happened.
Oh my
And so
God.
I was like, oh my god, has this gone wrong? Are they gonna have to like consult her and talk
Wait,
to
you
her?
cried?
And
What happened?
it was just like a botched haircut. I was going for
Oh,
like choppy
no.
layers, and it was just like, I mean, it was like horrendous.
Queen, no.
High
Oh.
school, 16-year-old AK, no.
Oh my God.
It was like the worst. It was the worst. So I thought for a second that's what was happening with Mary, and I got really scared for her. And then when it was just like shock from being overjoyed, I was like, whew, all right,
That's
we're back
good.
We
in.
made it through.
I did have one bad haircut once, and I didn't really get emotional. I was just like really angry because I told him to cut it a little bit shorter than what you're seeing now, and he fully, like, he buzzed my hair. He did. And I'll show you
You have
pictures.
a perfect face, so I can't feel that. I mean, really, guys? Is Charles? I can't.
Don't
I
feed
can't.
his ego.
It's like Adonis over
Stop,
there.
don't
I can't.
feed it. It's fat. Okay, I need to thin
Different
out my
for women
ego.
though, because it takes
Body
a lot longer.
positive.
Body
Body
positive.
positive.
My ego is body positive.
Body positive.
We're all about positivity here on Queer After Show.
I don't have a big ego. I have a thick ego. Okay,
Oh,
she's thick.
hey.
She's thick. Okay, so Jonathan does a killer job, amazing. Then he moves on and meets Tan to go to the dentist.
By far my favorite, aside from Karamo's session
Yes.
in the vehicle on the way to the bottling place, this was by far my favorite part of this episode.
Same.
Oh my
This
God.
is the part that
What
got
a transformation.
Yeah, he goes to lift her smile, and okay, I have to say, a smile is something that people take for granted if you have good teeth or even just average teeth.
Yeah.
Because think about like the first thing that you do whenever you experience joy or you hear something funny, you show your teeth. So if you have something right there that's making you feel self-conscious, every tinge of joy or happiness is also accompanied with some tinge of self-consciousness.
Yeah.
And that's such a shame. I had jaw surgery when I was in college, so I had to have surgical braces.
Wow.
And it's like I was lucky to have the opportunity to have corrective jaw surgery because not everybody has the opportunity. But I can say, like, whenever you have braces at an older age, you're so aware of them. And it really does kind of put a damper on some great moments. But the important thing is she is at the dentist getting it fixed now, and they come out amazing.
Amazing. And I
Yeah.
have to say, I have a meme of it, if we can bring that up, of Dr. Holly. So she, I think, is like one of the unsung heroes of this episode.
Oh my
Because literally, I was
God.
like, I'm not crying, you're crying. Literally, her tearing up was all of us. Am I right, guys? I just...
yeah.
It was the turning point of the episode where, like, I already loved it, but I was like, okay.
She was
You got me.
fantastic, and when we get to our news and gossip segment, I have some updates about her and their relationship. But
cute.
I just thought this was so beautiful how Mary was so touched that
Yeah.
it touched her in this way, and I'm sure she does a lot of transformations in her line of work. And I just thought this was such a beautiful moment of this episode of
Yeah.
literally, like you said, Charles, changing not just someone's outer appearance, but changing their personality, their self-confidence. It was
Yeah.
so incredible, so powerful.
That was great. Yeah,
It's
she
moments
knows.
like this that really define an episode for me, you know? And,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. I just loved it. I was crying at this
Yeah,
point.
because it's representative of the entire episode. It's something so simple and so, well, I don't know, so simple or doable because I'm sure that costs money, but like something that we as viewers take for granted that we see like, oh my God, like I haven't even been thinking of the fact that I've had a smile or I haven't needed to deal with putting my daughter through college or running a business or waking up at 3:15 a.m. And they have such great attitudes about their lives. Like it's a microcosm of what Queer Eye does on a whole. So on the
Yeah.
whole. So
And if you guys like episodes like this, where
Yes.
it's emotional and a little bit tearjerker, whatever
oh, I
you
love
wanna
tear
call it.
jerky. That's what they're
Tear
selling at the
Ooh,
barbecue
beef
place,
jerky,
right?
tear jerky.
Tear jerky.
Exactly. But yeah, if you guys like episodes like this, we can tell you, all of us together, that AfterBuzz TV has a buffet of entertainment, any kind of genre that you like, any kind of binge show that you
Snacks.
like, everything. And so if you are watching this after show, Queer Eye After Show on YouTube, we ask that you hit that big subscribe button if you haven't already. Maybe comment us in the live chat. Let us know you did so, and we'll shout you out next week. Give us a big thumbs up. And if you're watching on iTunes, please give us a big 5-star rating because we love you. You love us. We love each other.
A Fab 5-star
A
rating.
Fab
Fab 5-star
5-star. I love
rating.
it. Hey. Oh.
No.
This is the part where I leave.
If you're
lost
watching on
one.
the stream, I
We've
just
lost
dabbed.
one.
So you know what? Because I just.
Hey, thank you, producers.
I do a baby dab.
I don't.
Oh no, he's still going. Let's carry on, shall we?
Okay, yeah, that deserves 4 stars, but Brendan deserves 5 stars, so give Brendan 5 stars.
Come on, give him to me.
Oh my god, I'm retired. Okay, yeah, Brendan, finish your thing.
Oh,
Are you
no,
done?
no.
Are you done?
Thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk.
Love you, mwah.
Oh my god, if y'all are the ESPN of TV talks, then I'm like the cable of hosts because I can't believe I just dabbed. Like all
And a
access
lot.
cable.
And like several
still
different
going.
directions.
Ooh, let's move on, shall we? Okay, so they finish the teeth. The teeth are done, and they go back to the loft to look back on their journey, what they went through, and they went through a lot. So they start off with Tan and the clothing journey. So Tan has provided them a work uniform, work t-shirts, but I don't really know. The only reason I thought they were black t-shirts, which looks like hot t-shirts, like it would be hot.
No, the stains.
The stains.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I was like, oh, that's why they're black. Because if they were like white or tan or
I
if
guess
they
it
were
could have
tan,
been red.
if they were
yeah,
beige,
they were tan.
They're just Tan's face.
yeah, Tan's
a printed
face. It's
tan
just like a
face.
whole printed
But
tan.
I'm sure he picked like 100% cotton, very breathable.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was some thought going behind the
Yeah,
t-shirt.
he's a fashion guy. So he gets them their work uniform. He gets them like the little cute apron with a kind of bandana thing.
So cute.
And then he comes through with a business gorge with a French tuck. They look sexy professional. And then Bobby comes in, takes them to the new Jones barbecue. And it looks amazing. There's a seated
Amazing.
area, there's umbrellas, there's a beautiful new sign, and they go, look, there's our name up there. Can't nobody take our sign now?
Yep.
Like,
And I
it's
spoiled
incredible.
this part for myself because as I was watching it, like 5 minutes before, I was looking up articles to for news and gossip, and I saw the final product, and they were
Yeah.
giving an interview, and I was like, well, great.
I just ruined it.
The emotion is gone.
I just ruined the reveal. And then they go inside, and wow, everything is new. They have a new air conditioner. There's
New
a register.
configuration so they can fit more people for expansion, hopefully.
Yes, new register. They have mats. They have new shelves. New everything.
Their
It's-
sauce.
It's amazing. Yeah, their sauce is in there.
New menus with the story that Karamo worked with them on.
That's right. I
Also,
forgot
really
about
sweet
that.
touch.
You're right. Karamo does show them the bottles and the menus. They have the bio on it, and I mean, how proud would their father be? Also,
It was amazing.
Imagine their father looking down on this business and seeing the sisters really coming into their true potential.
Well, even they sort of mentioned that at the end. They were like, "Oh, if he could see us right, like he's behind us right now, like
Pat on the back.
pat on the back."
I can't.
Sorry,
okay,
I totally
pat
like
myself.
attacked her.
No, it's okay. And I got so excited.
Yeah.
What Bobby did with the pictures of their dad and
Mm-hmm.
them and them being young pit masters. That was he always does a nice little
was touching.
sentimental touch. But I just thought that was so sweet. And I
Yeah.
love what Shorty says. She says it's the grand opening of a new start.
Yes, grand opening of a new start. Yep.
Beautiful.
Antoni talks to them about their sauce, the recipe, honoring their legacy. Like I've said, I want to get lost in the sauce. I want to get lost in Antoni's sauce. So then the Fab Five.
Dibs, babe.
Wow.
I'm already lost in Antoni's sauce, okay?
You can have Antoni as long as I get tan.
Okay. You can get a tan on the beach, girl.
Dad,
you guys,
please
too
don't
much.
embarrass me on
Oh
camera.
my God, too late. So then the Fab Five says their goodbyes. They go back to the loft and watch the sisters throw a barbecue for their loved ones, which they're specifically instructed not to do work. They're supposed to delegate, right?
So cute.
And okay, whenever we start watching them throw this barbecue, my favorite thing to see, almost in the whole episode, is the family's reaction when they see the bottle. The daughter Azora looks at the bottle, she freaks out. Their loved ones freak out, they flip out, like they are in the stores. This is happening.
And that's amazing because it's something as simple as a bottle.
Yeah.
But that represents
It's a brand.
It's their whole life.
Yeah, it's their whole life for sure. And yes, this is a grand opening of a new start, which is so sweet. All in all, this episode was so heartwarming. It added the sauce to the emotions that spilled out of me, which made them all the more savory and sweet.
Where are we going with this?
And yeah, sauces are always spewing out. Emotional sauces are always spewing out of me. So, Brendan, oh my God. So, speaking of sauce, I don't know. Speaking of sauce, we're going to news and gossip. That's the spot. That's great. That's a segue. Speaking
It's
of
a
sauce, we're
saucy
going to
segue.
Jones Barbecue has a website, y'all.
Yes.
It's Jones BBQ KC, as in Kansas City, jonesbbqkc.com, where you can buy their sauce for $6.99 a bottle, which is a good price for how in demand this
Super
stuff
cheap.
is. And business is booming.
Booming, baby,
And
booming.
Anna Kay, I know you have the inside scoop.
I've got a lot of stuff for you guys today. So first, we're going to talk about our tweet. We're going to get this up. Thanks to Queer Eye, Little and Shorty are making bank after their for their magical barbecue sauce. This business is just taking off. If we go to the next one, or their Instagram, they have bottled 11,000 bottles and sold them.
Yes,
they are
queen.
thinking about selling internationally. Their sauce are averaging 1.7 bottles per minute over the weekend. This was 2 weeks ago, and they've already been continuing to sell.
And if you're wondering, in revenue, that is $76,890 in revenue, just in revenue this year.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is absolutely amazing. If we go to my next Instagram, they also have expanded their team, you guys. They have help.
Yes.
So now,
Yay.
instead of the powerhouse duo, we have a team of 4, and I've seen videos also on IG and Twitter, and they all seem to be getting along great. They can all fit inside and outside, working the pits, doing all the prep work. So it's really incredible that they now have their sauces bottled, being sold. Sauce is going to be international, and we are going to see them expand their team even more.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Amazing.
Okay, this is what I was saying earlier. This episode could have gone wrong because a lot of the times, huge influx of business into small, like privately owned businesses like this can consume and swallow and ruin businesses because the demand just exceeds what they can produce. But clearly, the Queer Eye team, whoever produced it or set them up with that contact at that factory, knew the immense response that was going to happen after this episode and provided for that response because, I mean, it's not like they just had 15,000, 20,000 bottles of sauce laying around, like waiting, twiddling their thumbs. They knew that this response was going to be huge. So clearly they were prepared. And they did grow their team, but I didn't think they were only going to grow it like by 2 people. I hope that they can grow up more than 2 people.
Yeah, but I agree with you though. It's kind of like start small, make it successful, then grow. Then
Yeah.
make that successful, then grow.
Yeah.
I also forgot to mention that our favorite dentist Holly,
Oh, yeah.
they're still friends. She posted a picture on her Instagram going back to Jones Barbecue, and apparently they have a really good relationship still. So I was really happy to see that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We love you, Dentist
I
Holly.
know Dentist Holly, shout out.
So that was news and gossip. Now on to my favorite segment, LGB Tweet. I love this one because Twitter is like my second world. I love hanging out on social media. So for my LGB tweet, I loved this tweet because this really was true to what I was thinking whenever I went and watched this episode and realized that it was Jones Barbecue. So the tweet says, "My brain was screaming this when watching episode 3 of New Queer Eye." And can we play that little piece of footage?
Jones Barbecue Foot Massage.
Oh my
Jones
god.
Barbecue and Foot Massage.
Hey,
Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
Jones Barbecue Foot Massage.
You know, I wonder if they've experienced an influx of business since the episode
I
went live.
wonder.
Because their phone number is right there on the bottom of the tweet, 708-224-6191.
They must.
I'm just
That-
saying I call dibs on the chicken.
I know, really. They have chicken. That little
Big
video
Bird's
went
cousin.
viral years ago on Vine.
I remember.
I think it was on Vine or some social media platform, but it was from this commercial, Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. And everybody on Twitter is going crazy because that was what was going through my brain whenever I was watching this episode, Jones
So
Barbecue.
good.
Yeah, there's a picture of them before the makeover happened.
They're so cute.
And look, this is what like they're about.
You can feel the love.
You can feel the
the
love. They're down to
heritage.
earth, and they're just 2 sisters running their business. And if there is anybody who is deserving of what happened, it's them. So yeah, that is amazing.
Absolutely.
I loved this episode, and I love the show, and I absolutely love everything that comes out of it, which is success.
I love it too.
Yeah.
I want to share a quote from the show that was one of my favorites when
Please.
Karamo was talking about what it meant to them, and they were talking about their heritage and doing the menus and the bottling, and they said it's all about love, attitude, and a lot of gratitude. And I thought that really encapsulated this entire episode so
Yeah.
much, because that's what those ladies are about.
Love, attitude, and a lot
of
gratitude.
gratitude.
Well, on that note, I think that's a perfect way to end the episode. Thank
Another
you all.
week.
Do we have to?
I know, we have
I
to.
guess we have to.
We have to. It's commanded. So,
Charles,
sorry.
I love when you get sassy like
Oh
that.
my god, I love it too. Saucy.
Saucy.
Saucy. This is a great episode, y'all. You can find me on the Big Brother After Show. That's going to be in a few months in the summer. You can also find me here at AfterBuzz TV. You can find me at Charles Conoly on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook too, I guess. Brendan, where can they find you?
Hey guys, I'm Brendan Haley on Instagram. I am Brendo Hales on Twitter. You can find me here at AfterBuzz TV doing Will and Grace We End tomorrow and Supernatural on Thursday nights.
And I'm Anna K. Thomas. You guys, thanks so much for being here. You can find me on all social media at Anna K with the K-A-Y, Thomas on everything.
And from AfterBuzz Studios, thank you so much for watching Queer Eye Season 3, Episode 3. We will see y'all next week for Episode 4. Bye!
Bye!
Can you believe?
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.